Dumela Maretso, welcome to Ginger Bear Podcast, and I'm Walter Bono, your host. But unfortunately, today Vicky decided otherwise. She feels like she doesn't want to be behind that. She wants to be part of the technical team. But anywho, today we're looking into men's mental health, and during this commemoration where we're celebrating Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, we're here with Mr. Kariso, who had a really insightful think piece surrounding men's mental health. And my good sir, please introduce yourself.
Thanks for having me over. My name is Karuso Sokoludu. Those are my full names. And social media is usually Karuso Riso.
Yes.
Yeah, but for me, academically, I'm a software engineer
Oh,
who, with time, I evolved into, I would say, someone who wanted to be innovative in terms of the community space, whereby I will study systems because I realized that just even from the family, it's all a system. Going to the community, everywhere, it's all about systems. Similar to maybe having a software,
yeah.
it's a system. So for me to end up going for, or maybe let's say coming up with innovative systems, was more to do with developing our country and helping our country to like move forward.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so everything you do is driven by patriotism and love for your country.
True.
Yes. Okay, my good sir. You had a really interesting think piece, right? It was just centered around, I think it was the repetitive word was men who went silent, right?
Yes.
Yes, men who went silent. So, what was your thinking space around that time? Like, what were you thinking? What led to that?
Okay, first of all, I'm somebody who likes to read.
Yeah.
I like to research. I also like to like collect data, analyze it my way.
Yeah.
So the other thing that I also like to do is I like to interact. I like Sunday soccer.
Yeah.
So I meet so many guys like on Sunday, not just Sundays.
Yeah.
But you'll find out those men or those gentlemen, most of them, they will come to me and say, you know what, I have this problem, one, two, three. Then my first question is, why don't you seek help from the professionals?
Yeah.
Then you realize that the systems that we have, even the platforms,
Yeah.
most men they shy away from.
Yeah.
So when I came up with that piece, it was more like to even educate women,
Yeah.
because if I to look at the setup that we are in right now, it's more of women empowerment.
Yeah.
And as much as we're empowering women, right, we
Yeah.
also have to educate them about men.
Yeah.
So that's why I came up with that piece, so that even men can have, I would say, the ability to like speak out.
Okay.
And for women, because women they like to do all those petitions, they also have to understand men. I'm not saying that women should stop what they're doing. I'm just saying they shouldn't even forget the other side, which is men.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, okay, you said women shouldn't forget men, right? Do you think that as much as women are doing that thing, right, they're empowering themselves and they're pushing their own mandate, right? Do you think maybe perhaps we as men were not pushing enough? I mean, it was a whole month, right? I didn't see much of hashtags. I didn't see much of like movement going on. Only Netflix thing that was popping. That's the one. That's the only time when. That's the only time when there was like a huge buzz. There wasn't any right throughout the whole month.
The thing that I would say from my observation over time, women for a very long time, they were like kept in the silent.
Yeah.
So once we had this women empowerment movements, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't really. I wouldn't say it's something that was meant to silence men. As much as we are having this men's mental health month,
Yeah.
men biologically, there are people who are not loud, who don't talk too much, who don't go into the streets.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like, what I was trying to like communicate is for men not to like disappear from the face of the earth.
Okay.
As much as they're quiet or they're silent, at least they should be present.
Okay.
So women, they have an advantage because most of the things that they do, they support. So with men, there's less support. Even if you were to look at the policies, even if you were to look at what is being introduced by the Ministry of Youth and Gender Affairs, right?
Yeah.
They support for men, but they're not highlighting mostly the challenges that men face.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, I wouldn't say that men are not doing enough. They just don't have the support.
So you're saying that our systems do not really advocate for us, do not have enough initiative to support men.
True, because men that are believed to be they are believed to be strong.
Yes.
That's why most of the time they bottle up, and then they explode. I mean, like, look at the GBV cases that we have.
Yes.
Those numbers are very high.
Yeah.
I always say those statistics, they're a reflection of a couple or two people involved.
Yeah.
As much as we are saying those, I think it was around 7.5.
Yeah.
If it's 7.5 women, why are the men? So you look at those statistics, most of the time they don't even include the emotion behind it.
Yeah.
If it was a boxing match, I will say, I will know that, okay, on this certain date, you and I are going to fight.
Okay.
But once we come to these GBV statistics, right?
Yeah.
They never set a fight.
Yeah.
I mean, a date for that fight.
Yeah, yes,
Meaning something that has been happening for a very long time until one of the parties maybe decided to explode and become physical.
Okay.
And then before you continue, I just want to play devil's advocate today. Get usually men are saying "Khaba supportiwe" and stuff like that. So according to me, I usually have this conversation with Walter. I ask him, when you say men don't get support, what exactly do you mean? Women support each other. It's not men coming out and say, "Ke kopa le dire petition in." It's women coming out and say, let's do this for each other. So I want to know, on your side, because you mentioned policies, how do they favor women? Maybe break that down and say, I'm speaking about, for example, this particular policy. It favors women and it doesn't support men. So maybe just break it down so it makes sense. Let's say women out there who are like me,
Okay.
and the conversation I usually have with Walter, but what type of policy favors women, and then Ibn Taban Namuting.
Okay. Let's take just the one from Minister of Youth and Gender Affairs, right?
Yeah.
So they even stated, even the minister,
Yeah.
there's the men's sector,
Yeah.
but they don't have enough resources for it. So
As in budget-wise.
budget-wise,
Uh-huh.
and something that is more like pending, like, okay, we'll maybe attend to it at a later time, but they didn't really state when. Then the other thing that you have to also note when it comes to men when they report, especially with these GBV cases, right? I've seen it firsthand. You go to the police station, you report, they're going to laugh at you.
Yes.
No, that one, I've
Yes,
seen it.
yes.
You'll go there, you'll report, they're going to laugh at you.
Yes.
So when I say, like, there's no support, even from the family,
Yeah.
there's no that support. Like, when you're a boy and you want to maybe express yourself, they're going to tell you, man up.
By the way, who's saying men up? Is it the father or the mother?
Both, even the mothers.
Is it?
True.
Okay.
So when you talk about support, it's like this how they perceive men to be. Now, like I always say, lessons, it's not about what I'm telling you or what I'm teaching you. Sometimes you can even learn from just seeing. Let's see, maybe it's you and I, right?
Yeah.
You cry the beat with, they say, hey, you are sounding like a woman. I'm learning, I'm like, hey, if I cry, they're going to say I'm sounding like a woman. So I don't cry.
Yeah.
So most of the time people believe that for you to be taught something, it has to be something that is active. You can just even learn from seeing. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, no, that is clear. Because it's a conversation that I usually have. So I get every time when we speak about something, under a huge umbrella. Let's try to break it down so it gives context
try and
to
pinpoint.
women.
Okay.
Because if it's just in a holistic form, basadi ake ba itse gore ba le support in what sense? Kore ya mapodisa ke ra police a ke re.
No, that one, that one,
I mean,
it's real.
I mean, it can be changed, no?
Then you know what the issue is? Most of the time, it's men that are laughing at other men. Do you know that? When you
Yes,
tell your friends you've
that's
been
the thing.
hit,
That's the thing.
it's a man that's laughing at you.
Yeah, and it's not even the weird part is it's not just the man laughing at you, right? It will trickle down to the whole community. Imagine after reporting, right? Your case, go court or whatever the case, right? And then there will be rumors what side. You are even the fact that you just laughed at it is because that's how it is. Right? The situation around it will just turn around and it'll be this is a weak man.
Yeah, because the thing about fighting a lady,
Yeah.
whether you win that fight, you have lost it.
Yes.
Whether you lose that fight, you don't lost it. So the outcome is always going to be on the ladies. It's always going to like favor the woman, and for the men, it's going to be side. You'll be that lady. Yeah, no better side. So you can see like how it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why even for men, even if let's say maybe they're coming from abusive relationships, right? They just shut down
Yeah.
because they know whether I'm going to speak out, they're going to laugh at me.
Yeah.
I keep it to myself. They still, it doesn't solve anything.
Yeah. Okay, so now I understand it from grown-ups, right? Now let's take it back a few years back, right? So let's take a few steps back and now focus on. I feel like right now at our age, right? You be in your late 20s, early 30s, whatever the case, right? It's really difficult to change here, right? Because right?
True.
So if now we look at the boy child now, not the man, the boy child now, that the one that now we can actually cultivate a better growth. What do you think we can do? What do you think can be in place for that?
You know, like, that's a very good question because sometimes people will be talking about mindset.
Yeah.
But if you're going to try and change people's mindset, where are you going to be doing it from?
Yeah.
Then the other question, like, if we were to change the education system,
Yeah.
where are you going to start? Because it all starts from the family.
Yeah.
Now, if you have those weak families again, the other question is where are you going to start from?
Yeah.
So it's a matter of like, trying to address or teach the boy child on different platforms: home, school, church, even in the society, right?
Yeah.
So I would say for me, the best one to do is to educate the parent.
Yeah.
Because we have parents right now who, I would say, they still have the childhood trauma,
Yeah.
which now they're passing it on to their children.
Yeah.
So the first step I would say is to educate and even counsel the parents.
Uh-huh.
From there, that's when you can go and educate the young ones. Because you're going to be a parent who might be the one now abusing the child, the boy child, right?
Yeah.
Even ladies, I think, even girls.
Yeah.
But if you are focusing on saying, okay, let's look at the boy child or let's look at the children, right?
Yeah.
What about the parents? Because I've seen parents, like some of the reports that you can see even online,
Yeah.
the way they treat their kids, it's really something that you will wonder if a parent can do that to a child.
Yeah.
So to address or to maybe let's say to teach the boy child, because I focus on the boy child, right? I would say the first thing is to have many men to become mentors to the young ones.
Okay.
That's the easiest route I will take because I've seen with myself, my experience,
Yeah.
especially when I was in my primary school. I still remember my teacher from there, Mr. Samson Peer.
Yeah.
He was more like a father to me.
Yeah.
Then, because right now I'm also studying curriculum design and instruction, I realized that when it comes to early childhood, most of the teachers are women there.
Yeah.
You hardly see men. I'm not saying there are no men there,
Yes.
but most of the time it's women.
Yeah.
So for me, I started to like, I think this was last year. I'm like, I was exposed to women. They couldn't understand me being as a boy.
Yes.
When I got to primary school, that teacher I was able to connect with that teacher because he understood me better.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you take kids, especially from in a young age, especially the boys, that's super active.
Yeah.
Now to the woman, she's going to be like, hey, these kids are naughty, or
Yeah.
these boys are naughty, because boys naturally or biologically, they have high energies.
Yes.
So the way that teacher or that lady is going to try and maybe, I would say, to teach that small boy, right?
Yeah.
I don't think there's much connection. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay.
Based
Yes.
on what I've seen, even from my personal experience
Yeah.
growing up. So I would say we should maybe provide more men to mentor the boy child. And these days around, most families, there are no fathers, active fathers. So now we have to depend on the teachers to like play that role.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, here's a little something to think about. Right. Well, the argument now could be the same teachers that you want to them to mentor the kids are the ones that are already broken, the ones that have already been absorbed by that system of broken men and lost men. Do you think they'll be able to build up young boys properly, or will they be able to insert that mindset of derail them from what we are trying to achieve?
Uh-huh. Like that's, I'll say it's a good observation.
Yeah.
It's in software we call it it's GIGO, garbage in, garbage out.
Yes.
Yeah, if you're going to be having people who are already broken,
Yes.
you feed them into the system.
Yes.
You can expect a broken outcome. So there was a question that I think I was having it with my twin brother,
Yep.
whereby we were talking about, just life in general,
Yep.
relationships, all those. And then he asked me one question: what if you are the problem?
Yes. Exactly.
How would you know if you are the problem or not?
Yeah.
So, like even for teachers, I would say they also go through a lot.
Yes.
It's not like they just, like appeared maybe they're 20 or 30 something years old. They also grew into who they are. Then, it's a tricky one because I always ask even my friends, the time you're asking that girl out or the time you guys who decided to be in a relationship, did you go and do maybe a mental check to see if you are fit to be in a relationship?
Have you
see.
ever done a mental check?
No, I'm just saying, like,
Hey, no, I'm
those
just
are
curious.
questions
I'm
like,
just curious. I'm just
because what I
curious
do
about
most
it.
of the time with my twin brother, we like to play around with more like scenarios.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, you said she's like this.
Yeah,
Did you guys do a mental health check?
yeah,
Most people don't do that.
yes,
Even for me, I have never done it.
yeah,
So we are going to be taking maybe even teachers, right?
yeah.
Are they fit to be there? Because I remember even during my primary days whereby I was hit by a teacher. I'm like, hey, this teacher's, the way she was beating me, I'm like, hey, I think this one is trying to kill me. Imagine you have such a teacher.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like even this corporal punishment because, hey, there's a lot to it.
Yeah.
But for me, I would say, even for teachers, I would say it's all about maybe, let's say maybe this is the government putting proper systems to like assess teachers. Are they fit? Because most of the time we see someone and we're like, okay, I think they're fit.
Yeah.
Until maybe they reach a breaking point. Like with students, they can push you to your limits, right?
Yes, yes.
Then you explode. Or they can end up triggering you to be something else. So I would say it's the responsibility of not just the government, even parents,
Yeah.
to be able to like assess the teachers who are going to be teaching their children.
Okay.
Yes.
I hear you. Okay.
Before you continue, I just want to bring something to the chat for both you and Walter.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of times men say that I get support in terms of mental health, right? But however, one thing that I've observed, most social ills, when a child is misbehaving, a boy child or a girl child, it's usually because sometimes the dad was not present. For example, when a boy child goes out there, starts being a drunkard, a similar who's going to jail, most of them you'll find that they had no father figure to guide them.
Yeah.
When a girl is out there prostituting, doing all of those funny things, usually it's because there's no father figure.
Yeah.
So most of the social ills, even for a woman to be in a very vulnerable position, they cling on to this man because they never had a father figure.
Yeah.
So it's easy for them to say, maybe this is what love looks like from a man. So why is it then men still choose to leave their children? Complain about mental health. You're not there. These kids because of the social ills. If men were raising kids, like you feel like the world would be in a better place. Even the mental health, I think, situation, I think.
That's a good point, and I love it so much.
And I have something to say about it as well. But you can go ahead.
It's a very good point.
Yeah.
If fathers are absent, right, who's training those kids to be what they are? There's a report or a research that shows that the worst thing that a mother can do to the child is not physical abuse, it's not even verbal abuse. It's speaking bad about the father.
Okay.
So that's where it starts.
Yeah.
The more you speak bad about the father, it's affecting those children, right? So one is going to kill their self-confidence. For me, mostly primary,
Yeah.
because most of these things started to make sense when I was old. Looking back,
Yeah.
I learned a lot from just watching my father.
Yeah.
And the best lessons I would say it was when he was just quiet,
Yeah.
or maybe we are from the farm. He's quiet, right? It's like I can understand what's happening around.
Yeah.
Then you take the mom or my mom. I can see that she's happy, she's like this, but I can't really connect even when she's quiet. When she said, that's when I can know, hey, my mom is sad. But with my dad, the lessons that I learned, the best ones, just him being quiet. So now you are going to be having, let's say it's the mother with the children. Maybe I don't know what happened between her and the father, right?
Yeah.
Don't you think even if the mother was wrong, she would still say bad stuff about the father? Most of the time, we hardly say I was wrong. Now somebody's left with the kids, right? They're going to always have to prove that they were right, he was wrong.
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying, like, even her point when she say, like, because there are no fathers present, don't you think if the fathers were present, we'll be having a different conversation? You look at the marriage, I mean the kids. I think that was 2020. Was it 2023? I think it was around 84 point something percent.
Yeah.
They were born. They had kids outside marriage.
Yeah.
That's a big figure. Meaning, like, we are cohabitating, right?
Yeah.
We have kids. It's easy for me to go. Not saying like I'm planning to
Yes,
leave.
yes, I get that, yeah.
It's whereby it's a major,
Yeah.
whereby families were not involved.
Yeah.
Then the moment we break up, families can they hardly when it's a major.
Yeah.
But when it's marriage, the families will try to unite the husband and the wife.
Yeah.
So I'll say this one is going to be a tricky one. I'm not going to say I have a solution to it.
Yeah.
It's something that will have to come together from all different angles to like try and see how to like fight it. Because you look even at the dating landscape, it has changed.
Yes.
Now imagine the marriages. What can you expect from there?
Okay.
That's fair, because I was looking at it from a perspective, ya gore, if you date a woman o e leng gore ga ana those fatherly traumas, those types of things, it's different from when you're dating a woman when that type of trauma.
Yeah.
Your mental health might deteriorate because you're dating a girl that never had a father figure. And yeah, no stress so like because she still holds on to this anger towards men.
Yeah.
Ba bona gore ke rayang, even a man o e leng gore ga isane le ya father kgante le ke yone o bezang basadi o ira se eno e be rang le in a loop. No, I'm
Continue.
Kore go na le letsolo that comes with knowing that your father figure o tla reng ga o ira this thing. But if you know it's your mom, boys are not usually scared of their moms like that.
True.
Well, sometimes they can be, but it's not as common. Kore ha gona that thing ya ka when a father le ena khalemelang a boy child.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, no, nna ke feel like sometimes there's a domestic issue around mental health gore maybe le lona le ka neela la seka neela gore ga o bona yo brother ha ile ana le ngwana mme a tsamaile o ipotsa gore ile gore wa o ira yalo kana you are making us to get in a worse situation in mental health ya banna because kwena we perpetuate but no, that's just me playing devil's advocate like the way other women look at it, but it's okay, we can move on.
No, then it's a cycle, right? Because I can cycle thing in now. You think that man who left, you think he was fine? He wasn't.
No, but here's the thing. Whether it's fine or not, there's no way a woman can ever leave a child. Okay, it happens, but the percentages are low compared to somebody that leave.
I'm not saying he should have left. No, that's wrong, right? And I think you leaving because you're in a bad state is just terrible decisions, and you're not taking accountability for your actions, right? You shouldn't. You should have just soldier through and find help and make sure that you get to a better state, right? Which is the ideal situation. But not everyone has that level of emotional intelligence. Not everyone has that level of self-awareness, right? If you don't have all of those, that means the moment something happens in the relationship that makes you feel like it kicks in your flight or fight, you run away from that relationship. And you escaping the relationship, you can escape leaving the child behind, right?
Barely before you continue. So leaving the child means you can't even send money. Because some of these things, a child ends up having trauma, is knowing that my father does not care about whether I've eaten or not. Ke ja motogo ha a na le my child, but my dad, my mom, but my dad is out there living his best life. Are you telling me living, you can't even send money, you can't even show your child that you are loved? You can leave the mother
Yes,
situation.
and I'm not again.
You know, that type of thing. I'm loved.
Yeah, and all that. I'm still saying, whenever they do leave, right? And sometimes it's not even. I don't think all of the times it's all about them being able to afford to pay for that maintenance. I don't think it's about affordability. Banna banwa henes. But the whole thing is one in the mindset thing. I've been trying to think about it from different cases. Probably in that mindset, I think the person thinks this is my escape. I'm escaping this relationship. I'm leaving this whole thing behind. I want to put it past me, right? Now the wrong part of it is you can't put a child past you. You're right. It's not something you just like. I'm gonna move on from this child, right? And then when that child is left behind without the father, it becomes a whole cycle again. But then again, the other thing is that child because how now there isn't something that actively says you can be a better man, right? What I want to establish, what I'm hoping to get out of this conversation is have structures that can say, even if it's not your father, even if your father is not around, to say you can be a better man, you can do better, right? You can do better for your mother, for the whole society. And if the in the event that there's absence of that, that child would probably think, no, it's okay. My mother was able to take care of me, right? And the boy child would probably do the same, which is wrong. So I'm hoping we'll get it to a point where we not say, let's work around the kids now, the ones who will now have Baba Sensere Bana future. Yeah.
But we also have to, I wouldn't say like all men leave kids, right?
Yeah.
We have cases whereby people, I would say maybe it was at a party,
Yeah.
they were drunk, even the lady doesn't know who the
Who the
father
father
is.
is, yeah.
We also have victims of rape. You know, like there's so much like, most of the time it's always the father left the child.
Yeah.
But what about to the woman? Maybe she was raped.
Yes.
And telling that kid like, hey, yeah, how do I say this?
Product. Okay, so
Okay.
hey, but
It's something
yeah,
like that.
but I get you.
Yeah, you know, like it's also something that I don't think it would be easy for the parents to like tell the child until maybe they reach a certain age. Like I have some people saying they didn't know their father
Yeah.
for a very long time until they were told that, hey, listen, your father used to molest, I think your uncle, your mother's uncle used to molest your mother. You see? So there's so many things that when we talk about absent fathers, what was the cause?
Yes.
So I think it's a broad topic.
Yeah.
Then for those who voluntarily like leave the wives, I think
The kids,
the kids and the mothers, that one I would say it's a personal one.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes like there are guys who they can date not date, they can have sex with someone that they're not proud to like show to the world.
Yes.
So it happens. Or I pitanya 2 minutes. The next thing.
Yes.
Okay,
And then you have a child.
Yeah, but you are like, hey, nah, that's not my child. But you know where we are there.
Yeah.
Hey, so I've seen like guys who, correct, they're not proud of the late.
Yeah.
Now the kid is the one who's suffering.
Yeah.
So I don't want to where they were banana but no, sometimes mona why it's all no but how about what it's. Yeah.
Okay, so I want us to go to a very interesting thing about this conversation. So we've talked about things that can possibly lead to men's mental health deteriorating. So let's say, I want us to now say, as a woman, how can I support a man? Let's say I'm a partner, I'm also a baby mama. So how can I support men in my little space that mental health? Yeah, boy, because I've never had a man respond to this. I want to hear the responses. So even a woman that's watching this show, I would support that partner or just a male friend or something. How do you want to be supported when yourself in terms of your mental health?
Okay. For me, I'll be honest about mental health, right? I wouldn't say I have issues with mental health.
Yeah.
But I know I can one that times whereby I'm like, "Ish, we say there's so many responsibilities.
Yes.
Because I can't even go to my girlfriend, I'm talking about ish, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because one, I already know what if we have this problem, right? Then
Why? Because that's the issue now.
That's
That's
why I
why
get
we're
it.
trying
I'm
to get
getting-
Yeah,
to.
but how do you solve it?
Yeah.
Because for me, I guess maybe it's because I always say, for another heart,
Yes, yes.
I got to one I'm sad almost stressing ka husiana siana. Because as much as there's going to be a problem, right?
Yeah.
Let's say maybe it's money, whatever I get.
Yeah.
I don't I always think because like naturally men are protectors.
Yeah.
They're providers, right?
Yes.
Because I used to believe if I were to put a woman or my girlfriend in the position whereby I hustle, I see an son.
For you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I felt it was more like exposing my girlfriend to danger.
Okay.
Because I know makanyana nali rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it will also be hard for you to like tell a girlfriend, hey, no, hey, what happened? But I got to learn about it just a few years back. It's in a very long time ago.
Yeah.
To like open up so that you can feel a bit lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for women, I would say they should also be able to be correct. They should read. Correct. It's not easy for a woman to read body language.
Yeah.
I can see, or let's say it's maybe with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
I can pick her. Hey, you're not shaping that relationship. As much as you can have a woman, I want, hey, my friend or her, she's not happy.
Yeah.
So even for women, I would say the thing that they can do is to try and understand men. When I like this casual talk, it's more hectic, more whereby you are too serious. Like for me, I got to learn a lot about women. Another lady, I'm like, what? Because
Yeah.
I'm like, huh? Until get more passaging, I saw a lady approaching the direction that I was coming. Give an about pause. Because to me, I already know her. A, she's not free.
Yes.
So even for us men, a lady can know her. She's tormenting you, but she will make it worse. Yeah, that's why I go to your partner is your greatest investment.
Yeah.
We have people bailing her. They would like to win the argument.
Yeah.
So I always say sometimes, because I've seen that even from my experience.
Yeah.
You can tell a girlfriend about the say more like, oh, you like weakness, they can use that against you. I've heard that before. We get, ish. Why did I do that? So I'll say for women, the thing that they can do is to be more open-minded about men also having problems, especially how level like this economy. Everything has changed.
Yeah.
Even men are suffering.
Yeah.
As much as he looks tough, yeah, so I think we should also maybe, like, I'm not sure if it's China, they teach empathy in their curriculum. I looked at even I think it's Finland, and also South Korea. They teach people to care for animals. Or whatever on this side. They hardly will teach you to love.
Okay.
We are going to be able to understand somebody's pain. Then you also look at social skills. Just because I'm having a conversation with you, get a smile, am I able to read more beyond your smile?
Yes.
So even our curriculum on its own, there's so many loopholes. Then you look at culture,
Yeah.
also with African countries, the way that we are taught, there's so much influence from outside. Then the time they teach, because like I always say, like, this one is my personal opinion, my view. It's like our education, I would say it's used by them,
Yes.
to like control us.
Okay.
So the moment that culture aspect of African culture aspect is taken away, we end up getting confused.
Okay.
Like, how are you going to teach a woman while at the same time wa tsheghiwa. Kore it's a bit too psychological. How the curriculum design aspect of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to go deep into that because then it's something that I got to realize. Kile mo du module inside the ish, but
Yeah.
but for women, I would say they just have to like interact more with men
And try to learn the man.
and try to learn.
So rather, it's only one thing.
So
They
let me
should
ask
just
you
try.
something, Wana Walter. I agree also, man. I'm the only female in this conversation.
Yeah.
So what would make you want to speak to your girlfriend instead of her having to read you?
What will make me?
Speak up instead of waiting to be read, ka body language and trying to understand in between gore wa riana, leana, leana. What would make you free to say, nya, ha ke kgone go ya vacationing because ke duetse senang, ha ke na madi gone yana.
I think.
Nya, ke tshwanne. Nya, this.
Okay, I've never personally. I think I live a very unconventional life. I'm really vocal about stuff like that. I just tell you I don't have the money. It's fine, right? And I just talk about it, right? I just put it out there, right?
Okay.
But I realized that as soon as you attach your value as a person to your purse, that's where it goes wrong. If you attach a value as a man, they'll respect me after I buy that Range Rover, they'll respect me after I buy that GD6. That is when everything goes sideways. The more you attach yourself to material stuff, the more, even when you want to voice it out to the woman, right? You'll feel the shame from inside, from within, not even from her, from within, before it even goes. Possibly she could understand. Possibly she even has something saved up to even help you, right? So I believe that a relationship is a partnership, right? That it should be a thing where we open a platform where we can converse about these things. I tell her, okay, baby girl, I can't do this and this and this, but I can do this and this, right? Instead of vacation, right?
Okay, so what would hinder you? Let's say you meet a different girl. Ghana, let's say, have you ever been in a situation where you are not able to talk? And all of your relationships, you've always been able to talk and say exactly so feel. And because it's not just even about money.
Yeah.
I've read somewhere what men don't leave marriages, even if they're not getting the quieters, they would rather commit infidelity and still come back home.
Yeah.
Well, when they don't leave marriages, women ke bona ba e leng gore ha gona le mathata, they would rather leave. Monna ena o ta ipatela di-solution hela ko ntle kwa mme a sa go bolelele sepe hela itsamala ipatela solution ya gagwe a bantsa a boela ko
Monna ke solution. Yes.
What would hinder you from talking as a man? Ha ile gore baby, the last relationship eno le mo gone o kgona go bua. So what are those variables, what are those characteristics of a woman that make you not be able to speak up? You can also take it as well. First,
I'll say the woman's reaction. If you get a soft reaction, then it means on a platform where you can open up more, you can talk about it more, right? And then you look at your past experience, your encounter with that person. Has the person been using some of the things that you told them about, whatever, against you? If they have, then those are I think from my perspective, I think your past experience with the person and then their instant reactions to whenever you tell them anything. Do they storm out? Do they throw tantrums? Or do they just take it softly? My God sir.
For me, like I would say, like, naturally, we are providers, we protect. Imagine re go ntweng ke na gate ke le sole ke tla ke sana go bona ke ya bothata. Like, you know, like, for me, like, I always say, even up to now, I always have a solution. Because I think from watching my dad, he always made sure everything was there. So sometimes when I think of this thing, I mustn't again. I'm able to tell her, hey, I mustn't well in advance. Because now I always I don't try to attach my value to Bart, the person that I am.
Yeah.
Because the moment you do that, you're going to become a sponsor.
Yeah.
You're going to become the kill bill.
Oh.
Try go baladi bill.
Oh,
The time you don't have money.
Yeah.
you're going to hide.
Yep.
So, because level at the time, usually it happens when how impress abanya. The time I get impressed, yes, 2 minutes you're not impressed. But I realized if tomorrow again I might it's about to go away. Because I get there was impression.
Yes.
Then I started, like I started like telling myself I'll never get in that position again. I was lucky that's why I'm on life a bit well. But I told myself, just because you're able to spend 2 minutes, I get that's not leading. Most people confuse sponsoring and killing bills with leading. That's what we tell her. You'll be sponsoring a lot, I get. You become more like a nice guy. That chick, how connected because most of the time you hide behind spending.
You had behind your pocket.
Then from there was similar how chonan thing on na angry on na beat. Over muton but they never used to. When you came up with the habit of spending every time you go the motor. Imagine if you had to maybe go to your girlfriend's place. Every time I think you have to buy something on the way. Meaning at the time you don't have money to buy something on the way. How's am I? So that's why we get it, like for me, like for my experience, I learned how to pay bills is not leading.
Yep.
You can pay a bill. Then I became one of the other thing is in the same paragraph. Because for me, I'm self-employed.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, bad month. When I said by the time we bad was it says give a foundation or hey,
Yeah.
but not in a way where I'm just going to sit and not do anything about it. But I'm just going to tell you what a bad month.
Yeah.
If you win, you'll know.
Yeah.
I beg, you have to have your, I'll call it culture in your relationship. If I told me digits, if I want to, hey, body language, you should have your own culture that you don't have to say much.
I want to speaker I'm too. Yeah, that's what I know.
So
Why
what
it's
about,
next time?
all right, so what about a situation where you don't have an obligation to give, where you want support from your partner? Let's say, for example, you had a tough day at work. Are you able to speak to your partner? Well, it's not an obligation. I'm a man, I'm supposed to pay or something like that. Or you need emotional support. Are you able to speak out in that situation? Or it's also a difficult one. You also have to voice it out body language.
When it comes to relationships, for me, which I grew up seeing, no, so with might I say, with money, what I get I had a long day, I can say that. What I get, home pay no, what did I get 1, 2, 3 go to do I get? It's easy to say, kain go my din tata. Because with finances, I would say finances are more like spiritual. There's a lot, I would say, we don't really understand about finances. Kore, ngareng, hona le thola se dimo gore khone go bona gore di khone go bola relationship ba go ya di khone go godisa relationship ba di khone go di boost motho e leng gore o yene. Because with finances they make life easy.
Yeah.
Now if ke na le madi a mantsi e go ra ke thule motho, do you think I'm going to worry? Ke go ba ngene koloi tseo.
Yeah, true that.
If I have problems but I have money to like solve, practically it's not a problem. Problem is having all those problems and what's not much. Now they become problems.
But I always say that about 80% of 80% of mental health, besides any other bipolar what, right? The some mental problems, some depression, they can be the money could be the root cause. I think for most men, some men just shut down because they don't have money. Some men aren't social because they don't have money. Some men don't even date because they don't have money. There's even streets in the streets where men says, "Hake papa, I'm gonna date that girl," right? Because they're waiting for the time when they have a better.
So in the meantime, they're compromising.
In the meantime, they're going for somebody they do not want. They're not going for something they want fully. So I think that is also a big factor. I think if men can understand that money should not dictate their whole life, I think that could be that could be where we unravel some of the issues, right?
So, Mabel, are you telling me outside of finances, men don't have issues
They have
that you need
issues.
support for? God, have you always felt adequately supported by your partner in all of your relationships, kind of the females around you emotionally? Because obviously, people are not going to give you money, women are not going to give you money.
Yeah.
But what about emotional support? Because, for example, I'll speak about myself.
Yeah.
I have times where it's not money that I need.
Yeah.
It's times where I needed someone to sit in the mud with me and be like, and give me a sense of normalcy and say,
Yeah.
things are gonna be okay. I understand what you're going through.
Just
that
a
type of
hug.
thing.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it's
Sometimes
what I
you just
need
need a hug.
money.
Yeah.
So I just want to understand what in that regard, do you guys feel adequately supported? Again, no one's money is there. You guys are fine. You don't have emotions that you want to express. You don't want to be held. You don't want to be told words of affirmations. So le shapo hela lo seremadi.
For my now speak from my experience. There was a time he left Patele. I was got tertiary. I was really sick.
Yeah.
Then I got a call what alarm says. I realized I wasn't sick.
Okay. Okay.
No, I always got a hold of money. I would say it's too spiritual. Leave the healing at there. Imagine you have a problem right now. How am I mad? Start something times 100. For me, let's say we are dating. I don't need to come to you getting consoling powers of affirmation. I have mine. I'm okay. I always say a man's life is simple, yet complicated. It's simple because no the monarchy is patch. That on its own, like I had it, and to like change that, it will take time. Good than us, I was saving my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, even one of my friends, I once told him, I had more spacing, I had the whole a little bouncer.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not like how am I it's
Yeah.
how am I?
Okay. Yeah.
No, I could understand why is it what you are he was too violent. Because the time he had money, he felt like because he was sponsoring other guys, I guess. He felt like those people owed him something. The bouncer, like you go to an event, or no, just somebody in, right? But when people he's too aggressive. Because I've been there too. How's not you don't want to do more now, but
Okay. I think that well about to begin.
Wait, last one before we close this one. Not that my last words on this topic ends men should give themselves time to feel.
Yeah.
Money, yes, as a factor, it makes you happier. But I feel like sometimes men usually have this mental health problems because they don't get a chance to feel. Every time you're supposed to sit down and listen to your fleeting thoughts at the back of your mind, you're dodging your thoughts. You don't want to be one with your thoughts. So men should get time to get in touch with their emotions. That way you're able to express them to your partner. That way you feel lighter on the inside. That way how something good because you've been bottling up a lot of emotions. So I feel like men should get time to get in touch with their emotions. Stop running away. Listen to your thoughts, listen to how you're feeling, express how you're feeling. Money is good, don't get me wrong. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I recommend filling your thoughts, olunosi, and understanding your thoughts, and then you journal. Journaling actually helps. You actually write, and then you feel relieved. Weirdly, I started it recently. Works.
And you didn't write about money, right?
If it, ma?
You didn't write about money. Every page is not about money.
No.
You're writing your true feelings.
Yeah, and I was happier because I had money. But okay, but hella. Now let's twitch a little bit to our topic or what we're trying to address, right? Because the issue was, now we want to cultivate a youth, a child, a boy child who now stands to be competitive, who are now able to marry a good partner, who's able to preserve the family unit, right? So, do we think that boys left behind, right? Are we somewhat being biased about boys being left behind because we're men, and it's just in our heads? Do you think that because we think boys left behind because we're men, and it's what's the biasness around it?
I wouldn't say there's I wouldn't say we're biased because we also need to like empower the ladies, right?
Yes, yes,
The thing that I would say we shouldn't do is to forget the guy,
Yes.
the boy child.
yes, yes.
Could it's more like saying, okay, that we're going to. Let me give you a simple example.
Yeah.
Let's say we're in a classroom right now.
Yeah.
10 boys, 10 girls.
Yeah.
Then every time the teacher comes to class, she'll call, let's say, the ladies to the front.
Yeah.
They do well, she'll always praise the ladies, guarding the girl child. I get. If the scholarships that all given to the girl child, when I are in class, we are born. So what it will end up creating is a situation whereby ladies is. Now take it at a national level. I get. If every time you are a man, how do we say when, hey, harna budget for when, since really busy like Now imagine this as a man, you take a proposal to a ministry to maybe let's say it's a private company,
Yeah.
and every time your let's say maybe say it's a proposal, I get you don't get a response.
Okay.
After maybe 5 months, something similar to your idea. Don't you think you're not going to end up presenting those ministries, kind of those offices, kind of those companies? Because what will end up creating is we're going to be having men who are angry.
Yeah.
Angry at who?
They're just angry at the world, and then they take it out on different people, on kids, on women, and all of that.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, like, we shouldn't forget the boy child.
Yeah.
Now, I was looking at this, the Mpepu program,
Yeah.
whereby by the first lady, right? I was like, what if this Mpepu program, I get, it was to be extended to cover even men? Now, we're going to be having that ministry of youth, gender affairs.
Yeah.
Let the first lead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's going to be as if and no, Oscar level, when it comes to those the people program, I get
Yeah.
one thing that I learned, even me, and not just getting out.
Yeah.
If I well Musada about this force, can't go jump.
Yeah.
But when she's soft, now imagine we have the Mpopi program being extended to men.
Yeah.
Don't you think those same men, I get,
Yeah.
they will be able to excel more?
Oh.
But you know, how compete you.
So basically, what you're saying is, as much as we're pushing the girl child to be empowered, so that they walk part to part, but
They shouldn't.
Right.
They shouldn't be like that competing.
So next one is, do you think that if the boy child was nurtured, mentored, and guided well, will we see the improvements within their grades, or it's just because we have a faulty education system?
There will be a huge improvement.
Okay.
Because with our education, I get education evolves.
Yeah.
The way we are taught 5 years back, 10 years back, 20 years back, I get it may be not something that we can do. It might not be relevant.
Yeah.
Because over time we have to update our curriculum.
Yeah.
Now, mentoring, let's say we take the boy child well mentored, I get.
Yeah.
With those weak maybe education systems, I get.
Yeah.
They are not quite about one. It's not going to be defined of. It's not going to be defined by the curriculum.
By the education system.
By
Yes,
the
yes.
education system.
Yes, yes,
Could
yes. Yeah.
It's more like you understanding your purpose, I get.
Yes.
As much as we do version 1,
Yeah.
also do version 2, but you still have you still serve your purpose.
Yes, yes, yes.
So mentoring, to say the boy child
Yeah.
I would say it will beat even having that guy in a bad environment, because I know society. So with education, I get, even if you take both religion, it's something saying then if you have to look at the content that is being spread on social media,
Yeah.
the red pill, pink pill content,
Yeah.
everybody they're giving relationship advices.
Yes.
And how level are the negative ones? They have so much following.
Yeah.
Then every time you listen to those videos, they always make sense. Now, don't you think you're going to take those advices, and those people are not even professionals?
Yeah, and follow it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you think that the seminars and the female-orientated workshops and all of that, and the government interventions, they somewhat made the gap between the woman being empowered and the man being left behind. Do you think they make the gap really visible to a certain extent?
First of all, I would say that those programs are wrong.
Okay.
They're
Yeah.
okay and they're good.
Yeah.
And even for me, I support them a lot.
Yeah.
The only thing that they can maybe show us is a weakness,
Okay.
or maybe it's where we are lacking.
Okay.
Like, okay, if we have all these programs, I get,
Yeah.
maybe let's say it's more women in STEM,
Okay.
like, I live in a digital era.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me, Hore, now someone who has been failing for a very long time, maybe I didn't do well at school, I get,
Yeah.
don't I deserve that opportunity? Could it say, I wouldn't say it's, most of the time I don't say it's a problem. I would say it even presents opportunities.
Okay.
In this sense, if I able to identify a problem,
Yeah.
you have a solution for that problem.
Yeah.
So most of the time, in a level we have problems.
Yeah.
Then the question is, what are you doing about that problem?
Yeah.
So I would say these women empowerment programs, they're presenting more opportunities for us to also focus more programs for men. So I don't think that those are bad programs.
Okay. So what I'm getting from this, and that what I can say for my side, is that perhaps instead of looking at it as if there is a huge gap, maybe we look at it as an opportunity to say, this is what the women have done, and this is the progress they've made so far. How about now we start interacting with those women who led the programs, the workshops, and start benchmarking from them, right? So that now we can lead the same mentorships for the younger boys. We can do the same for our gender as well, so that we can try to push the ones that we see that are being left behind, right?
True.
Okay. And then I think I need about 4 initiatives that we need to that we can put out there. Somebody might now want to pursue them to fix whatever imbalance, to really now try to look into what the problem is with the boy child. Why are men going silent? Why are we not even aware of our mental health awareness month?
Okay.
What initiatives can we put in place?
Okay, I'll say for the first one,
Yeah.
because I like reading, I like information.
Yeah.
We should have proper reporting platforms.
Yeah.
Like once we have all that data, like consolidated, maybe centralized or something, right? And we're able to like pick, or maybe let's say generate reports from that data. It's easy for you to identify trends. And once you are able to identify trends, able to identify different patterns, right? It's easy for you to know whose solutions to implement. Right now, it's like, that's why we don't come up with
Information is scattered everywhere.
Correct. It's even hard for you to correct. I always say it will be hard for you to like measure what happening. It's hard for you to control what you can measure.
Yeah.
So the first one, data reporting, kind of collection, have a repository whereby we can have access to that data. Then the second one is going to be with education. I've been looking at the way we are taught. Our schools, even our schools here, they're under-resourced. Then you look at the teachers. I've interacted with some of the teachers, right?
Yeah.
I will say, they need to be upskilled or something. I guess but things have changed. And how that maybe, especially teachers who are maybe having an experience of over 15 years, I get.
Yeah.
The dating landscape has changed.
Yeah.
Social media, everything.
Yeah.
But they are not aware of that. So they have to be upskilled. They have to be taught about the current
Yeah, the current dating
Yeah.
landscape and all that. Yeah.
And then for the third one, I'll go with having more of there's this father and son programs.
Yeah.
I think it's a good program. The men's conference one.
There are not enough fathers.
No, it's not about having fathers. Male figures.
Okay, fair enough.
Eh,
Let's
so-
go with male figures.
Yeah, if we could have that, such programs, let's say, sponsored by the government, being scaled to, different areas.
Okay, but I'll beg to differ about the government one. Perhaps shift the sponsorship to somewhere else, because with the government is already one. They're feeling the burden. They're crying. The economy, what they're always crying. So
They're always crying, but if we to say the private sector, right? Yeah. Slow.
But funny enough, if you say private sector, it could become off as a CSR, a project.
Okay, how many times have we seen these companies coming all out? But I'm seeing some progress about like the junior schools. I think maybe that culture is not there. Because I wouldn't say even the private sector shouldn't participate. Because I'm just looking at with the government, as much as all the government is hardly broke compared to private companies.
Marta Brema, la budget, annual what?
Oh,
Walter, I think we're gonna have a party for this one.
Yeah, no, but I hear you. The last one was
The last one I would say is for women.
Yeah.
I get women. They have correct. I always say correct. The word I get powerful. Like
yes.
I get like above God.
Yes,
Get
yes,
like they have so much. Let me just call it power because
Yes, 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 call it power,
they have so much power. Get
Yeah.
If they're able to also know the power that they have, they can direct it well.
Yes.
Imagine women empowerment, women empowerment, right? What about those women or single mothers on a dangerous guy? Like I'll look at these programs pictures, especially on social media. What I like to do is I like to go through the comments. I actually go a certain news house I go through the comments. From the comments, while you go for the comments made by women.
Yeah.
Because like it's a woman that women who like maybe they have sons only a daughter. Then there are also women in they understand the psychological repercussions that come with this women empowerment.
Yeah.
If you're going to push for that, I get.
Yeah.
What about my son? I get. And those women too, the one that they end up resenting. One of them, they end up resenting those getting those platforms. Get only the comments. Crash out.
Okay. I know. Thank you so much, my good Sam. I think after this, let's form an NGO that works for. Actually, we can. Ghana Bonor, you are in the IT space, right? You literally mentioned collection of data and reporting, and imagine now we're running a program that now we're not only pursuing it, but also we're recording that data and putting it on a platform where everyone else can see how it was and how we're making. Anywho, thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Thanks
making
a
your
lot
way
for
here,
having
man. Next time I'll invite you for something else. Next time we'll talk about our normal issues, which is finance. Thank you so much. Cheers.